please. So slide number 13, we have two examples of two-step ADCs. So first one is interpolating type ADC. This is interpolating type ADC means the number of input amplifiers will become lesser as compared to flash ADC. The speed is higher but the accuracy is medium, and the lesser silicon area as compared to flash ADC. And the diagram is shown over here. So you can see this is a 4-bit ADC, but there are only 4 comparators as compared to 2 raised to power 4 comparators in case of flash ADC. And after these 4 comparators, what we are going to do, these 4 comparators will give us MSBs, means 2 bits, and then next resolution we will find out, means you can say the coarse tuning of A to D conversion will be given by the first stage of this, and the next stage, which is nothing but the voltage divider circuit. So there are 2 raised to power n resistors again, and the number of latches are also same. So that's going to give us the fine tuning, which we have already discussed in step number 2, that is given by this circuit. So the number of latches are 2 raised to power n, and then this is going to give us the thermocode as in case of flash ADC, this from 1 to 16. So this 1 to 16 are the number of bits, and the corresponding to the thermometer code we will get the digital data output. What we are going to do, we'll just count the number of ones, and then we will convert that into the binary format. Okay, so this is the interpolating type ADC. So next slide, please.
Slide number 14.
Slide number 14. Folding type. Yeah. So folding type ADC. We are on slide number 14. Folding type ADC is another example of two-step ADC. So the advantage of this is, in previous case we had 2 raised to power n number of latches, but here the number of latches will be reduced, and the silicon area is lesser as compared to flash ADC, and speed is high but accuracy is medium. So you can see the block diagram over here. There is a separate on the topmost. You can see the B1, B2 bits are converted with MSB converter, and then this is supplied to these 4 folding blocks, and these folding blocks, through these folding blocks we'll be using the latches, and then the digital logic of next 2 bits will be given over here. So folding blocks responses is given over here. Corresponding to this, will be having each folding block is corresponding to 4 levels or the 4 bins, and which bin you need to select, that will be decided by the control logic given by the MSB block, which is there the part of digital logic. Means which one of these we need to select, that will be decided by the control given from the MSBs. So corresponding to this, we will be having the final output, which is from B1 to B0 to B3 or B1 to B4. Okay, so generally what we have to do, interpolating and folding type are used all together so that we can get higher speed with less silicon area, less capacitive loading, less power dissipation, and it will be a little bit substitute of flash ADC, which is parallel and very fast. Okay, so next slide, sir.
Slide number 15.
Slide number 15. So till now what we have covered is, we have covered introduction to ADC, then sampling, because sample signal we need to give to A to D converter, then the flash ADC, which is known as the parallel ADC or the fastest ADC, but its resolution is least. Then two-step ADCs, first one interpolating type ADC and folding type ADC. Sir, next slide please.
Slide number 16.
So, slide number 16, yes. In the slide number 16, we are having a new type of ADC, which is successive approximation ADC. So as we have already seen in the resolution and conversion rate graph, the successive ADCs is medium rate and medium accuracy. Means the conversion rate is medium and the accuracy is also medium. I hope I am audible to all. If not, please raise your hand or type in the chat box. So this medium resolution is there, and in this successive approximation ADC, this is the block diagram. Just have a look at the block diagram and be careful. Figure number A. What we have? We have sample and hold circuits. The analog input is given to this, and the output of this is given to the positive part of the comparator. Okay. Then there is a control logic, and that control logic is connected with n-bit SAR, successive approximation register is the full form of SAR. Okay, and the output of that SAR is the digital output of n-bit. Correct. Then we have again n-bit DAC, digital to analog converter. Whatever output we will get from there, that output is feed to the negative part of the comparator. Okay, comparator, you know, simple op-amp can also be used as a comparator. So the positive part is the input signal, because after sample and hold, whatever input you have, that is given to the positive part, and then the negative node is connected to the whatever output, analog equivalent output you are having from n-bit DAC, that is connected to the negative part. Then you will be having the control logic. The comparator output is either 0 or either 1. If V in is greater than the digital equivalent, then this becomes 1, otherwise it becomes 0. So depending on that, we will plot an algorithm, and depending on that algorithm, the digital bits will keep on changing. Okay. So in order to understand it in a better way, let us simplify it in figure number B. So there are 4 bits D0 to D3, and these 4 bits will be given to 4-bit DAC. And what we are going to do, the input is given at the positive terminal, and the negative terminal we will be giving the 4-bit DAC. Then we will compare both of these. When we are going to compare, the comparator output means C, this is going to be either 0 or 1, right? Either V in is greater than V0 DAC, or it is less than. So if this is greater than, means output is 1, otherwise less than. VA is greater than means output is 1, VA is less than V0 DAC, it means output becomes 0. Correct. Now let us look at the algorithm which is written in the same slide over here. What we have to do, we will start with all zeros. D0 to D3, all zeros we will start with. And since these are all zeros, so what we are going to do is, we will put the stack corresponding to MSB. So I is equal to 3 in this case. So set Di is equal to 1. Di is nothing but MSB, right? So because D3 is what? It is MSB. So you have to keep this one and other bits keep unchanged. Okay. So if V0 DAC is greater than VA, so what we have to do, greater than means the output of converter becomes 0, right? So what you have to do, you have to reset Di is equal to 0, else you have to keep Di is equal to 1. And then you have to assign I is assigned I minus 1, and then this process is repeated. So in order to simplify it, I can make you understand. For example, you might have heard about different sorting styles in algorithm, data structures and algorithms, correct? So one of the sorting styles, for example, you are searching a word in the dictionary. So this word starts with B. Let us uh, assume the word is boy. Okay. So first of all, you will take the dictionary. You will not go one by one page. What you will do, you will just take approximately half of it. Then you will find out whether in these half pages, lower half pages, B is there or not. If it is not there, you will go towards the next half. Then in those halves, you again will divide that by again half you will divide. Okay. You will find out whether you are able to see that B or not. And you will keep on searching till the end you are able to come at the word boy. Correct? So in the similar fashion, this successive approximation ADC works. What we are going to do, first of all, we will just put all these as 0, then we will make 1 0 0 0. 1 0 0 means what? It is corresponding to 8. 8 means in case of 4 bit, if my resolution is 2 raised to power 1 upon 2 raised to power 4, it means 8 upon 16. 8 upon 16 means my resolution becomes 1 by 2. Sorry, 8 upon 16 means I am at half of the V reference, right? So 100, I'm just typing in the chat box 100 divided by all ones. So this becomes 1 by 2 or the into V reference, right? So into V reference. If V reference you are assuming 1, then it is fine. Otherwise you just multiply it with V reference. Okay. Sorry, I should make it 2 raised to power 4. So 2 raised to power 4 becomes 16. Okay, so this becomes V reference. Please see in the chat box. So this means what I am going to see is I am going to check whether this is my V in is lesser than this 1 by 2 V reference or greater than this 1 by 2 V reference. If yes, I will go in that particular box and then this process will keep on repeating. If this was greater than, then I what will do, I will set it 1. It means definitely it is greater than this 100 bit. Okay, V in was greater, it means definitely it was greater. So I'll set this MSB as 1 and then I will keep on searching. So I have taken one example. So next slide please. So let us have a look at slide number 17. Slide number 17. I have taken one example over here. This is the VA signal is the signal with, for which I just need to find out the digital equivalent. In order to find out the equivalent, what I am going to do is I am going to find out in the very first step, I am going to find out whether this VA is greater than or less than V reference by 2. V reference, since we are using the registers, there are 32 registers since this is 5 bit, right? So 2 raised to 5 is equivalent to 32 bits. Okay, so this is 1 and all zeros. So there are total number of registers 32k. So 16k is corresponding to V reference by 2. Correct? So definitely this is greater than VA is greater than 16k or V reference by 2. So what I am going to do is I will set D4 is equal to 1. Correct? Because the comparator output was positive. It means V in was greater than the digital output. Now in the next one, what I am going to do is I will again set the D3 bit, and after this D3 bit, what I have to do, I have to check whether my output is, in this case, this becomes 1 1 and all zeros, and then I will check whether it is greater than VA or not. So in this case, you can say this becomes 24k, and this goes above this line VA. So it means what I have to do is I have to reset my D3 bit. It means this is not in the upper half, but it is in the lower half. So I will reset that D3 bit. In the next cycle, I again set the D2 bit, and then I will check whether I am getting in that range or not. So when you will find out it 1 0 1 0 0 and compare with this VA. So you are getting 20k and this is lesser than VA. It means my C is positive. C is equal to 1. C is equal to 1 means I have to keep on setting D2. So in the next cycle, D2 will not change. So in the next one, what I have to do is I have to set D1 and then I have to check whether VA is lesser than this result, which is 22k or greater than. So this VA is still greater than 22k. So actually my C is equal to 1. So again, it will keep on set. I mean D1 is 1 only. And then in the last one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set D0 and then just try to check again whether VA is lesser than the given amount or not. So this is 23K, which is greater than VA. So greater means I have to reset my D0 bit. So in the next cycle, I will reset my D0 bit and the final output after 5 steps, I will be getting 10110. This will be my final output. Correct? So if number of bits are 5, I just need 5 steps in order to get the final output. If the number of bits are n, it means after n steps only I will get the final output. So this is one of example of SAR kind of ADC. So I have taken charge redistribution type ADC. In this, sir, next slide please, slide number 18.
Slide number 18.
Slide number 18, sir. So in this case, what I have done is, I have taken one example of SAR ADC charge redistribution type. So this is easy to implement on chip because if you just want to prepare capacitors, then most capacitors are also available. So it will be easy to integrate on the chip, correct? So this will be easier for us. That's why. And here you can see there is a control logic, there is a comparator, and then there are registers. Okay, so if this is a 5-bit ADC, so B0 to B4 you have to go. You just check the capacitors, C, then again C, 2C, 4C, 8C, 16C, 32C. If you just need to check that if all of these are in parallel, can you tell me how much you are getting? If all of these registers are in parallel, how much you are getting? Are you getting 32 parallel with 32C? Are you getting 32 parallel with 32C? Yeah. So you. Oh, somebody is saying voice is not clear. Am I clear now? Adil Ansari. Is my voice clear now? Adil?
Adil?
Others, are you able to listen my voice? If not, please type in the chat box so that I can try to be a little bit more louder. Thank you. Correct. So this is 32C parallel with 32C. Can I say it in this fashion? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So let us understand how it is going to work. Sir, next slide, please.
Slide number 19.
So, audience, please keep your slides handy. Probably you might have downloaded from Canvas. So, in order to verify how it is going to work, you just need to go back to slide number 18 as and when it is required. So, let us just understand how it is going to work. So, first of all, what you have to do, the operation will start by connecting all the top plates to the ground. We have provided a switch at the top plate. So you have to connect the top plates to the ground and the bottom plates to VIN. So if it is so, it means the 32C and 32C means 64C, the total capacitance is there. So you might have seen that the comparator is there. This comparator is nothing but op-amp. So if this is op-amp, it means your this VIN is actually appearing at that portion. Minus of VIN is going to appear at the comparator's input where it is connected. Got it? Why minus? Because there are two plates of the capacitors. One plate is grounded, which is 0, correct? And the other plate is connected to VIN. So this is capacitor means there are two parallel plates. So if one portion is charged with positive, can I say the next plate is charged with the same Q but negative? So Q is equal to C into V. So if I am able to see V in at positive plate side, it means from the negative plate side, I will be able to see minus V in. Are you able to understand this? Minus V in, add the comparator input. Comparator input. This was at virtual ground. So if this was at virtual ground, it means this minus V in is loaded at the comparator input. And in order to avoid something, what we have to something mishappening, we will add one parasitic capacitance also. I am just omitting that part. So if I just want to find out my MSB, what I am going to do is, in order to find out MSB, just remove V in now, and then what you have to do, you just connect V reference to the MSB bit, which is 32C. Okay, V reference should be connected to 32C, and all others B0 to B3, I mean all other capacitors which were equal to 32C, right? So those will be connected to ground, correct? So in this fashion, just have a look at phase 2 at slide number 19. So the comparator input becomes minus V in plus V reference by 2. And this was at the negative edge of the op-amp. So if my, in fact, you can say that your output will be V in minus V reference by 2. So if this is greater than 0, it means the output becomes 1, or it becomes less than 0 means output becomes 0, which is corresponding to C bit in your algorithm, correct? Algorithm I have given on slide number 15, 16. Algorithm I have given. So C becomes 0 if the comparator is having V in lesser than this, and V in greater than V reference by 2, it becomes 1, correct? So if it is so, what we have to do is, comparator is stopped to determine the polarity of the input signal. If negative, what you have to do, MSB is 1, otherwise MSB becomes 0, right? So if output is 1, it means you have to put your MSB is equal to 1. If the MSB is 1, what you have to do, the 32C capacitor will keep on connected with the V reference, okay? If it was 0, you will ground the 32C, and then you will try to find out the next bit. For example, B3 bit you want to find out. So B3 is corresponding weight is what? Corresponding weight is 16C. So the V reference will be connected to 16C, and if this is 16C, 32C we have already connected either V reference or 0. So if you will calculate all the things, because after this the another portion towards right side, C plus 2C plus 4C plus 8C, this also becomes 16C. So this 16C is in series with 32C plus 16C. So actually if you apply the voltage division rule, if you will apply the voltage division rule, it will come 3 by 4th of it. If this is 16C, V reference is there, and this 16C, I mean you just need to check at the input, right? So it means across the 16C you will be able to see the corresponding voltage, correct? So if you just want to calculate it, I am just typing in the chat box, if corresponding to 32, your MSB is equal to 1, 32C, if the MSB is equal to 1, then what you will see, 32C is parallel with 16C, and now you are left with another 16C, which is kind of load. At input, or you can say it is connected to input, fine. So what you have to do is, you just need to apply the voltage division rule. So you'll see that it will come 3 by 4th of V reference, total V reference, and this is nothing but 13 2C, means we are going in the half of the portion. I mean I just told you 1 all zeros, right? So that is the V reference by 2. Now 3 by 4 of V reference, 3 by 4 of V reference, you are just going to compare. So if it is in that range, I mean greater than that, it means you will set that bit also 1 and you will go in the upper range. If that was lower one, what you are going to do, you will keep that bit which is second MSB 0 and then you will keep on working. So in this fashion, you are going to work for your SAR type of ADC. Charge redistribution type of ADC works in this fashion. Correct? So if there is any question, please raise your hand.